Good afternoon, folks. We're out in our little pandemic garden here today getting ready to harvest some cabbage leaves, and I wanted to discuss with you an easy way that you can grow more food in your garden if you're working in a small garden or in a small space. This is really easy to do. It doesn't require any additional work, and if you're growing some of these same crops, you're already set up to do it. Today we're going to discuss secondary edibles and how you can increase the amount of food that you produce in your garden by using them. I'm not going to give you a complete list of all the plants that have secondary edibles. I will allow you to do that research on your own. Here in our greenhouse we have cabbage, cauliflower, and broccoli, and some rough looking turnips there in the back that all have a secondary edible, the leaves. Typically these crops are grown for the main crop, and our cabbage here is an example. Typically, the gardener will grow a head of cabbage. After 3 months, they'll harvest it, take it in the house. They'll have a couple of meals out of it, rip the rest of the plant out, and replace it with something else. All of the leaves that you see here are edible. You can use them in any number of dishes. You can use them as a wrap instead of bread. You can make sauerkraut with them. They're good in stir fry. All kinds of different uses. You can juice them. I can take a leaf or two off of each of these plants every week, and it has no negative effect on the plant. The plant will still continue to grow. It will make new leaves to replace those that have been taken from it, and it will continue to produce food for us. Instead of getting one meal, which is the head of cabbage when it is done growing, each of these plants will feed our family weekly for the duration of their life cycle. Here in the greenhouse we also have turnips in the back. The leaves are edible on them. We have broccoli and cauliflower over here. Same thing. The leaves are edible. And even after we harvest the cabbage, even after we harvest the broccoli and cauliflower heads, we can allow those plants to continue to grow, and we can eat the leaves off of them every week during their life cycle. The process of doing this, collecting a leaf or two off of every plant every week, is good for us for a couple of reasons. It is going to produce a lot of food for us to put away and to eat. Here's a container full of cabbage leaves that it's going in the house, and will be cleaned, diced up, and freeze-dried for stews this winter. The second benefit is it allows us to open up the area around the plants so that we can inspect. We're looking for nutrient deficiencies, we're looking for insects, we're looking for diseases. It also opens up the grow box or soil bed so that we can get through to apply our weekly feed and to water the plant. And as you can see in our before and after video, before we pruned these cabbages today, you couldn't see the grow box anymore. Applying weekly feed and even watering them was quite the chore. We've got these guys pruned up. They're good to go for another week. They're going to continue to grow. They're going to continue to make heads of cabbage for us, and they're going to continue to produce more leaves that we're going to be able to eat every week. Now, the example I've given you today is for the cabbage. There are a number of plants that you're probably already growing in your garden that have secondary edibles. I'm not going to go over all of them. Here in our garden we have broccoli and cauliflower that you see to the left here. All of those leaves are very nutritious, they are very much edible, and they're good to eat. It is possible by planting your garden around crops that have secondary edibles that you can more than double or triple the amount of food that you can grow in your garden in any given year. Think about it. That head of cabbage on these plants is going to take about 3 months for it to be mature and ready to harvest. That is 12 weeks of food by harvesting the secondary edibles, the leaves, that we're going to provide for our family before we harvest that head. By growing crop varieties that offer secondary edibles, you can significantly increase the amount of food that you're able to provide for your family. Here are our broccoli. We have already begun harvesting some of the heads of broccoli. Same thing here. Each week, a leaf or two off of every plant can come in the house with us and provide lots of meals. If you're looking for a way to extend the amount of food that you're able to grow in your garden, planting your garden around crops that provide secondary edibles is a fantastic way to go. You have a small plot of land, you can't grow a big garden like you'd like to, you can grow far more food this way using secondary edibles. Thank you for watching. Happy gardening.